I have a problem with a certain part of online discourse, the way people talk about music. And I feel like this thing is a big obstacle for some people getting into new music. One of my core beliefs on my page is that good music is being released all the time. There's all kinds of great stuff coming out, and I think if you're one of those people who says, music peaked in the blah, 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 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s, you have your head in the sand. You're not listening actively to all the great stuff that's coming out. This line of thinking is the idea that if a band sounds too much like other bands, it can't be good. Oh, this band they're just ripping off blank. Here's an example. I don't want to pick on this band because I actually like them a lot. So I was doing some research for my Washington 50 States video. If you don't know about that series, I'll put something somewhere. There's a band called Screen Frogs from Seattle. I think Seattle. They're from Washington. They're really cool. I like their music a lot. And I was watching one of their music videos, and a lot of the comments were surprisingly negative. I was like, wow, this band has an awesome sound. I really like where they're going. They have great energy. A lot of the comments were saying, these guys are just totally ripping off the OCs and King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Just totally ripping them off. And I don't know. I mean, what do you think? Let me play you a clip of their music. Right, okay, so there's undeniable influence from OCs and King Giz. They have the John Dwyer reverb, they have that woo, I mean, they have a lot of that sound in their music. But is it fair to say it's a complete rip-off? Maybe they even sneak a couple of riffs here and there. I don't know if that disqualifies it as being good music, though, and here's why. Every band, ever, as long as recorded music has been a thing, rips off all the time. That's like the main thing music is. You rip off something, you change it a little bit, and you make it just, your own thing a little bit more. That's how we get new music. Screen Frogs are also a pretty young band still. Their early stuff is going to sound like whatever they're listening to. Their next couple albums, they're going to branch out. They're going to do weird stuff. They're going to make it their own. That's just how music works. That's how bands mature. And to prove my point, I did some digging into the influences of various bands. So let's start with Screen Frogs, right? And let's say their two biggest influences are King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard and the OCs. So, King Gizzard, they play around in so many genres. Their influences are countless, right? You've got krautrock stuff like Can. You've got Black Sabbath. You've got polyrhythm stuff like Yes and Tool. Their newer stuff, they have a lot of like Doobie Brothers, Allman Brothers Band influence. They're all over the place. John Dwyer, OC stuff, similar. For the punk side, you've got stuff like The Stooges. I'd say we will have a real cool time tonight. And Bad Brains. And on kind of the krautrock psychedelic side, you can hear stuff in Can. And Amandul. But the thing is, those bands also had influences too. Can, deeply inspired by like Karl-Heinz Stockhausen. Amandul, a lot of inspiration from bands like The Grateful Dead. And Pink Floyd. Brains and the Stooges. Proto-punk bands like that were influenced by the Kinks. You really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. who were influenced by Chuck Berry.
Sweet as apple pie, always gets a second look from fellows passing by.
My point is, you can take any thread from any musician and pull it all the way down to its roots, to the roots of rock and roll, to blues, to jazz, to classical music. I mean, it's one long line. I think there is stuff out there that's just totally a ripoff, a copycat, doesn't bring anything new or original to the table. I guess my point is that every artist is ripping off every other artist all the time, constantly. Everyone is copying their influences, especially newer bands just starting out. That's how you learn. That's how you write cool stuff. And I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Copying is how you develop your own sound. You copy multiple things, mash them together, that's how you get cool, original music. So, anyway, if you're an artist, if you're a band, copy away. Steal riffs, steal chord progressions, put them into your music, and just make it interesting. Give it a little, give it a little twist. Make it your own thing. That's what I want to hear. Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at JoeyOnTheAir. I'm in the middle of this big project where I'm highlighting the coolest bands from all 50 states, small, local bands under around 100,000 monthly listeners. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Is it okay for artists to copy? Are there any artists you feel like are blatantly plagiarizing? Are there any who you feel do it in a cool and creative way? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Next video should be an expanded take on my 50 states video. I'm going back to Vermont, one of my favorite music scenes, so make sure you follow and keep an eye out for that.